our goal is to make the best brat in the universe.
Listen, this is just the gross part, okay?
You could have told me that.
It's fine.
It's not fine. It's disgusting.
Okay, so
In today's episode of Homesteadhow, we unbox our Lem Big Bite number 22 meat grinder, and we make some homemade, authentic, Wisconsin-style brats. Hi, I'm Carrie from Homesteadhow, and in today's episode we're going to make authentic Wisconsin brats with my assistant chef, Alyssa.
Oh, hi there. I didn't see you.
So let's unbox and open this, see how it goes. This thing is a beast. It features a powerful 1 horsepower motor. It can grind through 13 pounds of meat per minute. It's made of stainless steel. The pieces are heavy duty metal. It's easy to handle, easy to clean. This is our first time using a meat grinder, and I thought it was going to be a chore, but in retrospect it's turned into more of a hobby. I'm looking forward to doing our next batch. It's got a special auger in it that takes an extra big bite of the meat and then moves it through the grinder head quicker than other grinders. So we're going to be cooking up some authentic Wisconsin-style bratwurst. We're using about 6 pounds of pork butt. We put the meat in the freezer for about 3 hours so it's nice and cold. It's easier to grind the meat when it's cold to the touch. So this is the very first time we're using our Lem Big Bite meat grinder to make our brats. Ready, Alyssa? I'm going to turn it on.
Oh, I'm scared.
okay, we're going to put the first one in. And then we have this.
The power in this machine is impressive. It came with a meat stomper to push the meat through, but it wasn't needed. The machine just pulled it right through. The whole thing, what did it take, like 3 minutes? It goes quick. We didn't even need to use this. It just pulled the meat right through. And this is the thick course meat. Alright, so we're going to put the meat in the bowl, and then we're going to mix in all of our spices for our brat recipe, and then we're going to run it through again. For the initial grind we use the coarse plate. For the next grind we're going to use the fine plate. Okay, so one thing I wanted to note was I made this mistake. I put this blade on this way before because I'm dumb and I didn't read the directions. It should go this way. You can actually see the sharp blades. And you put it on there, and then you line this up with a little knob on the bottom, and you're good to go. So now we have the fine piece prepped, and I just put that in while I still have the gloves on. I'm going to take my gloves off now. Alyssa's got her gloves off. We're going to wash our hands, and we're going to mix up all of our spices for our brat recipe.
We have a recipe that we printed off.
We're going to put the ingredients in, and we will put the recipe in the description below. So here we're adding some salt, some pepper, some caraway seed, a little bit of nutmeg and allspice, some ginger. We also added some minced garlic. Optionally, we could have also added some red pepper flakes, but everyone in my family is a big baby. They don't like spicy food, so we left that out. But in the next batch I'm going to do half and half. Next, we added a bit of warm water to help incorporate all the spices together.
We have all of our spices mixed up, and it smells like really good garlic. Next, we're gonna mix it in and then grind the meat one more time. And then my dad will finally let me play Fortnite. Welcome back to Alyssa's Cooking.
I broke my glove. What do we do now, Alyssa, while I put a new glove on? Slowly pour it in, and Mom will tape it really well. We want to have it mixed in there good so that we don't get one brat that's got all the spices and then another brat that has no spices. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totes.
Like that. It smells really good. I'm really good.
Uncle Tony's coming over. Are you going to tell him that you made these brats from scratch?
He's gonna be like, no, you didn't.
Should we not tell him and just have him eat it and see? And then he's going to be like, oh my god, this is the best brat I've ever eaten. Alright, we got the fine piece in here. The collar's on tight, the blade's in there, and we're ready to put our brat meat back through that's got all the spices on it. Is that right, Chef Alyssa?
Yes.
What do you need next, Chef Alyssa? I'm your assistant
My
chef.
stool.
I will get your stool because I have one glove left. And I have one non-hand.
Thank you.
I will power up the machine.
And do I just shove it in there?
You're the chef, I don't know.
Yes.
It's working.
Yeah, duh.
Actually, we can Like a glove.
So now I'm installing the stuffing plate and the 1-inch stuffing tube. Listen, this is just the gross part, okay?
You could have told me that.
It's fine.
It's not fine. It's disgusting.
Okay, stop. You're gonna ruin the whole video over it?
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. We're making brats. We're making brats.
For our first time filling casings, it went really well. The only thing I do differently in the future is leave a little bit more space so that when we twist these into links, we have plenty of room. We ended up with just a few air bubbles, and we poked those with a sterile needle. Then we twisted these into links, alternating twisting direction on each one, and then we put them in the fridge overnight, let them dry out. In the morning, I poured in some beer to let them soak for a few hours.
Brat test number 1. We tested one brat and I'm using my giant tweezers.
Perfect. See you in 10 minutes, little buddy.
Oh, you're gonna kill him, you know that, right? We're gonna grill the other brats, but this one we're cooking in the house. Brat test, take 1. It's time to plate up our brat.
Actually, we need the mustard first. We'll put the sauerkraut next to it. And then grab the mustard. Alyssa, pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
I don't even know what that is.
It's fancy mustard. We're gonna use this mustard for test brat number 1. Okay? Nice little bed of sauerkraut.
Do you hear that?
Listen, can you hear that crunch? Okay, I'm taking the first bite of our homemade Wisconsin brat. Oh my goodness, it is so delicious. Did you look at that? It's so good. You know what you can taste in it? The garlic you put in.
Is it like really sour?
No, it's just a little bit of garlic.
I'm taking my first bite. It smells really good and looks good. Oh my gosh, that is so good.
Do you really like it, or are you just saying it for the camera?
Oh my gosh, it's really good.
Is it better than any brat that you bought from the store?
Did I put too much mustard?
I took too much.
You ever even eat sauerkraut before? Do you like it?
Ribbon on my mind. I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind.
Test brat number 1 was a big success, so we soaked the remaining brats in beer overnight. We boiled them in a mix of beer and water. brought them out to the grill to cook them out. We have a bunch of guests coming over today. We're going to test them all out. These brats turned out great. Just to describe the taste for you, they taste like a traditional brat, but they're more tender. I think that's because we ran them through the fine plate, and I prefer them that way. Also, I was nervous about the natural casings and having sort of a weird texture or pop when you ate it. Some people like those, I know my family wouldn't, and that wasn't the case at all. So we had a bunch of family over, had a little bit of a grill out, everyone tried the brats, and they were a big hit. Alyssa ate 2 of them, and we're looking forward to making more. So I don't know if these are the best brats in the world, but they're certainly the best brats I've ever eaten. And Alyssa agreed as well. I was surprised she actually ate them after watching the casing part. We thought this would be more of a chore, but I think it's going to be more of a hobby. We had a great time doing this, and we're looking forward to our next batch. I'm going to make some spicier ones. We're also going to use the Lamb Big Bite number 22 to grind up our own burgers. This was our first time grinding meat and making brats, and I really like this Big Bite unit. Check out the link in the description for more information. We really were impressed with this machine. Super heavy duty, super powerful. Looking forward to doing our next batch of brats with it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.